Sigmas. What if I told you that being a lone wolf isn't always legendary? It can be dangerous. You've mastered solitude, conquered silence, but have you ever stopped to ask, what's the cost of living in your own world? There was once a man who walked alone, respected, feared, admired. He had no pack, no master, just a vision. He lived by his own rules, carved his own path, and never answered to anyone. But behind his stoic eyes was a quiet storm, one no one could see, not even him. Because the truth is, the same traits that make the Sigma male powerful can also be his prison. Welcome to The Dark Side of the Sigma Male, Dangers and Pitfalls of this Lone Wolf Personality Type Sigmas. Today we're going to peel back the layers of your mysterious mind. We're diving into the shadows. We're exploring the cost of freedom, the price of independence, and the danger of walking alone for too long. So grab your coffee, lean back, and get ready to meet a version of yourself you didn't know existed. Point 1. The paradox of extreme independence. All right, Sigmas, let's dig deeper into this. You love your freedom. It's not just a preference, it's your identity. No 9-to-5 routines chaining you down. No shallow conversations wasting your time, and definitely no energy-draining relationships. You're on your own mission, and that mission gives you purpose. But here's where it gets tricky. Extreme independence can turn into emotional isolation, and you might not even see it happening. Psychologists have found that humans are wired for connection. Even the most self-sufficient individuals need emotional support during life's toughest moments. Loneliness isn't just uncomfortable, it's harmful. Studies link chronic loneliness to anxiety, depression, and even a weakened immune system. The Sigma male often wears solitude like armor, but what begins as strength can turn into a prison. You start mistrusting intimacy, you reject help, thinking it's weakness. You build walls so high no one can climb them, not even you. And then, when real pain hits, like the death of a loved one, a major setback or heartbreak, you realize your fortress is empty. There's no one to catch you if you fall. Being self-reliant is power. But connection is not weakness, it's wisdom. Real strength is knowing when to stand alone and when to let someone in. Point 2. The silent war with ego. Sigmas, let's talk ego. Sigmas are often seen as cool, composed, and independent, definitely not the type to flaunt arrogance like the typical alpha. But here's the catch. Ego doesn't always show up with loud bragging or chest thumping. Sometimes it hides behind silence, solitude, and the belief that you don't need anyone. Sigmas take pride in their self-sufficiency, and that's powerful. But when independence becomes a wall, not a bridge, that's ego in stealth mode. According to psychology research, extreme self-reliance can be a trauma response, often rooted in early experiences where help wasn't available or reliable. Over time, this creates a mindset where needing others feels like weakness, but that pride can backfire. Sigmas often prefer struggling quietly rather than seeking help, even when teamwork would make things easier. It's not always strength, it can be stubbornness wearing a confident mask. The truth? Even the lone wolf needs a pack sometimes. Wolves are known for their independence, but in the wild they hunt, raise pups, and survive best in groups. Collaboration isn't weakness, it's strategy. Real strength is knowing when to stand alone and when to join forces. Let your pride fuel growth, not isolation. Point 3. The risk of emotional suppression. Do you ever wonder why people say you're cold, distant, or hard to read? It's not because you lack emotion. It's because you've trained yourself to suppress it. Sigma males are often seen as emotionally detached, but the truth is they feel deeply. They've just learned that expressing emotions can seem inefficient or even risky in a world that often misinterprets vulnerability as weakness. So what happens? Pain gets buried. Love is held back. Fear is denied. But suppressing emotions doesn't delete them. It delays them. Psychologists have found that unprocessed emotions can manifest as anxiety, chronic stress, anger, and even physical issues like tension headaches or high blood pressure. Holding it in may keep your image intact, but it quietly chips away at your mental and physical health. True strength isn't in the suppression, it's in the mastery. It's in being able to your emotions, process them privately if needed, and still keep moving forward with clarity and control. Being stoic doesn't mean being numb. It means having emotional discipline, not emotional avoidance. So next time someone calls you distant, remember, silence can be powerful, but self-awareness is even stronger. Point 4. Relationships without roots. Sigmas aren't emotionally needy, that's true. You thrive on independence, value solitude, and don't chase validation, but there's a catch: emotional unavailability. You're great at keeping things light, casual, and intriguing. You enjoy the thrill of the chase, but when things get real, when deeper connection calls, you pull away. This isn't just a personality quirk, it's a psychological defense mechanism. Studies in attachment theory show that people with avoidant attachment styles often protect themselves from vulnerability by maintaining emotional distance. It keeps you safe, but it also keeps others out. Here's the reality. Meaningful relationships, whether romantic or platonic, are built on openness and trust. You can't expect loyalty without showing vulnerability. You can't seek support while hiding your struggles. It's like wanting someone to read a book you never let them open. Eventually, people stop guessing, they stop reaching out, they assume you don't care. And that isolation isn't mystery, it's emotional starvation. The truth? You're not unreachable, but you've built walls where bridges should be. Being strong and self-reliant is powerful, but don't forget, connection isn't weakness. It's the glue that holds the human experience together. Being emotionally available doesn't strip away your Sigma nature, it deepens it. Point 5. The burnout trap. You grind like a beast, you build in silence. You don't sleep until the mission is complete. But Sigmas, even lone wolves, need rest. Hustle culture glorifies relentless work, pulling all-nighters, skipping meals, pushing through fatigue. But science says otherwise. Sleep deprivation lowers cognitive function, weakens immunity, and increases the risk of heart disease and depression. You might feel unstoppable now, but your body keeps score. You wear hustle like armor. You ignore exhaustion like a badge. You romanticize being untouchable. But burnout is real, and when it hits, it doesn't knock, it demolishes. Studies from the World Health Organization show burnout leads to emotional exhaustion, cynicism, and reduced productivity because you never asked for help, you never slowed down, you never admitted you were tired. Ambition is fire, but fire without control becomes destruction. Protect your peace. Rest is not weakness, it's wisdom. You don't need to burn out to prove you're burning bright. Real power is sustainable. Point 6. Mistrust as a default setting. Let's face it, most Sigmas don't trust easily. You've been burned before, deceived, manipulated, used, and because of that, every new relationship feels like a potential threat. You find yourself overanalyzing every action, questioning loyalty, and anticipating betrayal before trust is ever truly earned. It's a defense mechanism that keeps you safe, or at least it feels like it does. But here's the truth. Not everyone you meet has bad intentions. Not every friend is a hidden enemy. If you live life expecting disappointment, you're likely to find it. It's not because it's inevitable, but because you're actively looking for it. Cynicism can disguise itself as wisdom, but it's often just a trauma response, an emotional shield built from past hurt. True healing begins when you stop projecting old wounds onto new people. When you allow yourself to trust again, you create space for healthier relationships, growth, and new opportunities. Trust, once earned, is a gift, not a vulnerability. It's about choosing to believe that not everyone will hurt you. Point 7. The pressure to be perfect. Sigmas often carry an invisible burden, perfection. As naturally self-led individuals, they hold themselves to incredibly high standards. Every move, every goal, every result must reflect mastery. Mediocrity is not an option, and because of this, there's an unspoken pressure to succeed in everything they do. However, this pressure can become overwhelming. It kills creativity and makes starting new projects daunting. The fear of failure looms large because anything less than perfection feels like a loss. This internal struggle is often the silent killer of potential. Dreams and ambitions are left unrealized because the Sigma male won't attempt something unless success is already guaranteed in his mind. But here's the paradox. Growth thrives in failure. It's through mistakes, missteps, and imperfections that we learn and improve. The fear of failure might keep Sigmas from taking risks, but courage is found in those very moments of imperfection. Success isn't about flawless execution every time. It's about taking bold steps and learning from each experience. So, while perfection may be the standard, it shouldn't be the barrier. Sigmas, remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be brave enough to start. So Sigmas, what's the message here? It's not that being a Sigma is bad. It's that unbalanced Sigma energy is dangerous. Your independence is a superpower, but unchecked, it becomes your kryptonite. You are strong, but you're still human. You are wise, but you still need guidance. You are driven, but you still need rest, connection, and love. Let the world see the full you. Not just the lone wolf, but the healed one. Not just the builder, but the believer. Not just the fighter, but the feeler. Because when you embrace all of you, you become unstoppable. Having said this, Sigmas, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and join the community. Together, we're not just surviving, we're living with impact. Apply the Sigma male qualities to your life with balance, wisdom, and heart. Until next time, stay sharp, stay soulful, stay Sigma.